What's up, everybody? Big night in the NBA, actually. I know there are only three games tonight, and two of them are just kind of like even though every team who played tonight, except for Sacramento, was a playoff team. But Andrew Bynum is back in the lineup for Los Angeles, so tonight was the first night in a long time, we got to see the lineup for Los Angeles that we're going to see for the rest of the playoffs. So actually, it was the first time because Trevor Ariza just recently started to start. So we got Fisher, and I've said some unkind things about Fisher recently, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized, he's exactly what the Lakers need. Excellent three-point shooter. He can, handle the ball reasonably well. He's not a big stats guy or anything. He's not a great player by any means, but he is what they need on that team. If they had a player like Chris Paul or a great point guard, it really wouldn't make that much of a difference in the triangle the way they use it. Obviously, you have Kobe. We know what he can do. I'm really liking Trevor Ariza. He starts at small forward. Pau Gasol now starting at power forward. We're at halftime in the Nuggets game. I'm tracking it right now, and he's already got a 16-10. And now Bynum starting at center. Tonight's his first game back. 5 points in the first half, 5 rebounds. So, he's doing okay. I mean, his minutes are limited, obviously. He's just getting it done out there, playing okay. He's got, after this, 3 more games to get back into the swing of things, and then we'll see. I don't expect huge things out of him. I expect him to score maybe 15 points a game in the playoffs, grab hopefully about 7-8 rebounds. That'll be fine. And then you look at the bench. Their bench for the postseason now looks like it's going to be set. Odom, obviously, great player to have coming off the bench. Walton, Vujacic, Powell, and either Farmar or Shannon Brown. Farmar has been playing like complete crap for like most of this year, so Shannon Brown has actually taken advantage of that, and he's been playing pretty well. So Shannon Brown might get some postseason minutes. I don't know. I mean, I know they're giving him minutes now, but that just might be because these games don't mean anything. So really, I'm just kind of chilling when it comes to the West, because I really don't think the Spurs have any shot at beating the Lakers, or maybe even a couple other Western teams now without Ginobili. I really feel like the West is pretty much a wrap unless the Lakers lose multiple players to injury or something like that. I think that the Lakers can pretty much stamp their ticket to the finals. I mean, they can't think like that. They have to take these playoffs very seriously, but as a observer, me, that's kind of how I feel about this. I just don't see how it's going to happen. But what do I know? The East is actually looking really interesting. The playoff teams are set. Charlotte and Indiana and New Jersey, they all went to hell. I don't know exactly what happened there, but they're out by now, I think. So Chicago's in, Philadelphia's in, Detroit's in, Miami's in, Atlanta's in, and then of course you have the big three. The Magic are looking pretty good lately. I'm actually pretty impressed with what I see. I think the big three in the East are actually starting to even out toward each other. Cleveland has arguably struggled a little bit in a few of the recent games. Boston is a wild card because Kevin Garnett's out, so we have no idea what we're going to get from them in the playoffs because Garnett might not play until the playoffs start. And the Magic, I think, are getting a little better. So I look at all three of those teams, and I see 3 teams that look like they could end up being very evenly matched in the postseason, and it could end up being a crapshoot. Or, it'll just come down to home field advantage, which the Cavaliers look like they're going to get. I can't remember if they clinched, but it's looking like that might be the deciding factor, the fact that the Cavaliers have home court, and they're so good at home. They look like they might end up going 41-1 at home. So that's about that. I'm kind of like being very chill about the Western right now because I just don't see any team except the Lakers getting it done here. So The East is, there are 3 potential teams, and I do think it's going to be Cleveland. But yeah. Football, again, not a lot going on right now. I know this schedule is going to be released next week, so that's going to be fun. Because, looking at the schedule is always fun. I'll definitely probably make a video about that when that comes out. Marshawn Lynch got suspended for the first 3 games of next year for conduct. I don't really know what he was doing. I actually had no idea he was up for suspension, but I read a little bit about it, and it sounds alright to me, but that is a blow. And I don't even know how good Marshawn Lynch really is. If you look at last year, he was putting up pretty good numbers, but at the same time, he wasn't taking full advantage of all his carries, so I don't know. Maybe they can survive without him for a couple games. Jason Taylor is shopping himself around. I know he's considered talking with the Dolphins. I don't see that happening. I think Parcells has a problem with Jason Taylor. He doesn't seem too interested in the Jets. I don't blame him for that. Not at all. I don't know where I see Jason Taylor. I was thinking about this. When I think of teams that need a defensive end, I think of the Redskins, but the Skins aren't going to take him back. So, shoot, I don't know. I mean, I know he still has some skills. He can still rush the quarterback. He's still a very good defensive end and can play outside linebacker in a 3-4. I don't know where he fits right now, though. So, I don't know where that's going to go. I know there have been some talks lately about Michael Vick because he's about to get out of prison. Or there's talk of him getting out of prison, and I don't know. I just don't care. I really don't care about Michael Vick right now. I feel like he's pretty much irrelevant. I feel like wherever he goes, he's not going to be playing well for a considerable amount of time. So I just don't care. Leon Hall of the Bengals facing DUI charges. So that's the first arrest a Cincinnati Bengal player has had in a long time. So props to those guys. They kind of got their act together. They picked it up a little bit, and they haven't had an arrest in a while. This is their first one in some time. So that's really about all that I can say is going on right now. There's, again, maybe I'll make another mock soon, but I'm really just kind of chilling with the NFL right now. There's not enough going on to interest me. There are, little things going on, but I can't trouble myself to really be concerned with it. So I'm out. See ya.